So the third was we finished the operation in Barwana, and we're still moving down the Euphrates. And there was now another operation close to the Syrian border. This is called Operation Steel Curtain. And same thing, large city along the Euphrates, loaded with insurgents, close to the Syrian border. And so this one's a little more, it's a little more saturated with bad guys, but there's families in there too. So we surround the city. The intel, the intelligence that we received before we even entered that area is that the insurgents had anticipated, because we had been conducting this operation all down the Euphrates, so they knew we were coming. So they have mines around the city. We don't know where they are, but we know that there's a minefield around the city. This is hard for us. So when we make entry, we have to go in to the best of our ability to avoid wherever we think these are. So there's a way that we do that, but it's a slow-moving process. So all that to say, we make it on the banks of the city without hitting anything. And on the first day of the operation, once we have everything surrounded, we drop leaflets from the sky, basically giving all the families and civilians a one last opportunity to get out because we're coming in. And so they do. There is a mass exodus of families just going into the desert. I remember this. It was horrible just seeing this, families and women and children. Well, now it's time to invade, and so we do. And 10 Marines lost their lives in this operation. It was Steel Curtain was very costly. And I want to say it was maybe day 2 or 3 of the operation. For an infantry unit, if you're there and you're in a city, you don't get to leave to resupply. So what happens is the resupply comes to you. Beans, bullets, Band-Aids, right? They show up to you in convoys. And so it may have been day 3 of the operation. I don't remember. But there was a convoy of resupply coming. And it's daylight when this happens. And they're just driving through this open terrain, approaching the city, but they're coming through this open terrain, and the lead vehicle explodes because they went right into the minefield. Lead vehicle explodes, and we can feel the concussion from the blast from where we are. It couldn't have been any more than 500 yards, 5 football fields away. Maybe less. We feel the concussion, it's loud. We see the explosion, and I have a corpsman with me. I'm the closest element to where the explosion was. So I call my lieutenant and I tell him we're driving in there and just to respond. And so we load up and we get our corpsman and we drive right into this minefield, just a direct line to this first vehicle. And I remember when we get to the site, it was a Humvee, and it looked like it had been shredded like a piece of paper. It had just been torn into pieces, and there were bodies everywhere, just all over the area. So I remember getting out of the vehicle with our corpsman, and the first Marine I see is a young Marine laying on his back. And he's missing a leg, and he's missing his arm. He's not screaming. He's just in total shock looking at the sky. He's alive. And remember, my corpsman just runs over to him and starts putting a tourniquet on him. I start calling in a medevac, and I look over, probably another 20 feet away. There's another Marine, and he's missing both legs and an arm. Same thing, just looking up at the sky, not making a sound. And then there's several other Marines that are just unconscious. And so I have another Marine get out. I have 2 attachments of engineers, so they're sweeping for mines, because we're going to have a helicopter land right now to medevac these Marines out, and I'm calling in a medevac. And so anyway, we get this whole area cleaned up. We get them all medevaced within no time at all. The golden rule out there is if you can get a wounded Marine, severely traumatic injury, medevac within the hour. They call it the golden hour. So they have a better chance of living if you can get that medevac happening quick. So we did. We got him out, and I remember getting back in the vehicle, and we drove out of the minefield back to our position. And I told my driver, just stay in the tracks, with the same tracks we came, just same way out. And so we do. Maybe a couple of hours later, another convoy coming through and blows up again. So we respond again, drove into this minefield, called another medevac, came back to our position. This happens 4 times within this day. And this is a vast area where these explosions keep happening. Finally, they call in an army unit with specific vehicles that can sustain the blast, but they're minesweepers basically. They ended up finding some 30 triple stacked mines within this minefield, and they put flags where they were. We had driven 4 different times, in and out 4 times, to respond to different explosions that in one day, and never hit anything. And we had driven through that whole area to do that. Yeah.